Alright guys, well, we're out on the trap line today, down in a low area by the water, checking mink traps, muskrat traps, things like that. And I came across this log here that is a down maple, and there are some oyster mushrooms growing on this log. This is a benefit of walking a trap line. You see different resources all the time. You can hunt while you're walking the trap line, and there is nothing dishonorable about trapping. Trapping is much more difficult in lots of ways than hunting. When you're hunting, you basically find a game trail, find a place the animals are feeding, or find a place the animals are bedding, find a trail in between those areas or to a water source, and you just stake out the trail in a blind or on the ground until an animal walks by and you shoot it. When it comes to trapping, you have to figure out where those animals are at, and you have to make that animal put his foot basically in a 4-inch circle over hundreds and hundreds of acres. It's not like you can walk game trails and hunt, but if you've already got traps out, you can then hunt while you're on your trap line. And hunting includes foraging. And today we found these oyster mushrooms, and I actually found these yesterday when I was on the line. And I took some pictures, I collected some specimens, and I wanted to make sure, because I was unfamiliar with this exact species of oyster mushroom, because there are several. And I've had some experts arguing back and forth about what particular species it is. However, it is a subspecies of oyster mushroom. You can tell by looking at it that's an oyster type mushroom. You can smell it, and it smells fairly fishy, which is where the term oyster mushroom comes from. And it's growing on maple, and it's growing the right time of year to be a subspecies of the oyster mushroom. So we're going to collect some of these up and take them back to camp. We're just going to pull them right off the tree here, just like this. We're not going to over collect. We're going to leave some growing that are younger. We're going to take some of these larger ones. We're going to put them, got my mini tripod mounted on my pack basket here, and I've got a shemagh in there. And we're going to put these oyster mushrooms in a shemagh and wrap them up to keep them moist, and take them back to our main camp and use them as a supplement to food that we may have brought in, like some kind of a just add water meal from Stowaway Gourmet. Add some fried mushrooms with that, and you really got a gourmet meal. If you get a rabbit or a squirrel while you're out hunting on the line, or you catch something that you want to eat, then again, that's a bonus. But you're supplementing food stores that you may already have with food from the landscape, and mushrooms are a great way to do that, because oyster mushrooms are huge as far as the dietary supplementation benefits go of something like a mushroom. Oysters are right at the top of that list. So let's get back to camp and do some cooking. Okay, so we're going to work on our lunch here. And we've got these oyster mushrooms that we got today. And they need to be cleaned up, so we're going to wash them off real quick. We're only going to eat this outer part anyway. We're not going to eat the stem. So we'll just take our mora and we'll just take the stem right off of there, just like that. And this is the part we're going to eat here. We'll just thin slice this bad boy just like this. We'll put it in a pan real quick and we'll wash it off. Kind of steer and clear that stem altogether. It's just kind of woody and doesn't have a lot of good flavor to it. So that right there should get us started. We'll go wash this off in some water real quick. Okay. Probably going to go with just a little bit more olive oil than that. Now that might be okay, actually. That's not too bad. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our mushrooms over here. We've got some Lowry's garlic pepper seasoning here. We're just going to sprinkle these mushrooms into the pan. Get that leaf out of there, we don't need that. Get these things coated good in olive oil. Get the garlic pepper in there. All right, time for a little bit of lunch here. So, let's get some 3-in-1 premium coffee in the cup here. I'll put the large bush pot back on the grill there, just to get that water nice and hot. Should be real good. Enough left over to do dishes with. That's nice and stirred up. Get some stew out here on the plate. Looks like we got a little on the tablecloth. Can't take this guy anywhere. Okay. Now, a few sauteed mushrooms. Man, oh man, look at that. Might just add a tad of that same seasoning. Time for the taste test. Man, whoo, son. A bison bean chili. Excuse me, that wild boar bacon bean stew. Wild boar bacon bean stew. Winner on that bad boy. Man, that's good. Now, mushroom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Little mushroom in there, mixed in with that thing. Man, food off the landscape. Holy cow. Can't quit eating. That's so good. Look at that bacon chunk in there. Man. Whew. Put that mushroom up. Man. Holy cow. So good. So good. Oh man, so good. Oh, I can't even take a drink. Too busy eating. About to get to the Clean Plate Club on camera here, boys. Really can't stop eating this. Man, that's good. Holy cow. Yeah. The good thing is, I got more. Now I could definitely use wood ashes or something like that for soap, but I've got this earth-friendly liquid soap here. It came straight off Amazon. And I've got some cold water in my tank here. And I'm gonna mix that with the hot water from the fire. And easy peasy lemon squeezy, get my dishes taken care of here. Remember, this thing's got a drain in the bottom of it, so it's just like a secondary sink. The drain, get rid of the gray water somewhere else. Clean dishes, piece of cake. I just keep a scrubbing sponge in there. Guys, I appreciate you joining me out here today at the Trappers Camp for a quick lunch. We went ahead and harvested some things off the landscape and supplemented that with food stores that we brought. That was part of what we talked about in this series, was how the old woodsmen used to do the exact same thing. They would carry certain things in with them as food store, and then they would supplement that with the things they could get off the landscape to extend the lifetime of those food stores while they were in camp. So a little bit of a demonstration on it today, and a little bit of a look at some oyster mushrooms and some other species of mushrooms that are out in eastern woodlands this time of year. I appreciate you guys' views. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, for our business, for all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. And I'll be back with another video in this trapping series as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.